Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back with another set of random encounter ideas that don't suck. Thanks to one of our fine community members, we'll be looking at some encounters for taverns or other places where the exchange of coin takes place. For monetization reasons, I'll leave the rest of the setting to your imagination. Let's dive in. The adventurers have returned to a major city for some downtime and recreation. One of their first stops is at a tavern or hall where they'll be able to test their luck and make some coin. As they get close to the building, they'll find their first encounter, as the opulent double doors will automatically open to admit the adventurers inside. It seems like this door is somewhat sentient, as it's able to recognize when people with coins to spend are close and opens accordingly, whether the person is heading for the hall or not. Of course, the door is simply a quality of life improvement for customers and won't be able to offer any dialogue. The adventurers continue their business in the hall, enjoying their time off. One of the many attendants draws the attention of the group. This particular attendant seems like a manager or some other higher up from the organization, as they check in at the various tables. However, it's not really the manager which draws the group's attention. Rather, it's the clipboard and pen which hover around them, taking copious notes at all times. If the adventurers investigate or try to overhear one of the manager's conversations, it sounds like they're doing normal spot checks to gauge the company's profits for the day. Whether the adventurers are interested or not, the clipboard and pen's enchantment certainly will draw their attention. They've been enchanted to follow the attuned user around, transcribing all of their conversations into dutifully organized notes. It'll be up to your adventurers to decide whether the item is worth further investigation. Later in the evening, the adventurers are seated around a circular table when a thin, mangy dog wanders up to the group before selecting one of the members and resting its head in their lap. It looks up at the adventurer with big, sad eyes as it begs for table scraps. If the adventurer chooses to be kind to the pup, then it will dance around happily a bit before wandering off. The dog will return to lock eyes with the adventurer a few times until they get the idea that the dog is leading them somewhere. If the adventurers do follow, they will unfortunately be led into a trap. Some bandits have trained the dog to bring them unsuspecting customers from the hall, as they often have extra coins, and are more often inebriated, easy victims. Your adventurers will either need to talk their way out of the trap, or deal with these bandits, but the cute, stray dog is certainly more than it once seemed. While occupying a table in the hall, the adventurers will have a chance to overhear all kinds of different conversations, from ordering drinks to mentions of more mischievous activities. One of these less savory conversations involves two inebriated patrons who discuss a particular noble in the city. More specifically, they're discussing the noble's prize-winning warhorse and how it's such a shame that the creature will never actually see battle. If the adventurers continue to listen in without being noticed, then the patrons will eventually make a drunken pact to try to steal the beast from the noble. It'll then be up to your adventurers to decide what course of action to take: steal the horse before the patrons, notify the noble, or leave them to their own devices. After the adventurers have been in the hall for a few hours, they will be approached by one of the other attendants. They carry a large basket tied around their shoulders, which is full of fresh, appetizing sandwiches. It'll be up to you to decide how much variety the hall offers, but I enjoy including certain types of meat that would be unique to the D&D universe, such as rothe meat from the Underdark. Whatever the attendant offers, it'll probably be one of the first times that the adventurers have run into a sandwich vendor. Still later in the evening, or perhaps on their next visit, a captain of the city guard will enter the hall, flanked by several other guards. This might set off alarm bells for any adventurers who are on the wrong side of the law, but if they stick around, they'll find out that the mayor of the city is starting a goodwill campaign. The politician is starting by paying for a round of drinks for everyone in the hall. This campaign could buy him some friends in the town, as any adventurers who are familiar with Barovia will know the power of the cup. The mayor's campaign won't stop there, as they will provide food and entertainment to the townsfolk over the next few days. It certainly seems like this politician has no plans of giving up their position anytime soon. As the adventurers spend more time in the hall, more and more unique patrons will filter in and out as their luck waxes and wanes. One of the patrons who stays for a very long period of time may start to seem interesting to the players. At first glance, the individual wears no armor, carries no weapon, and dons only simple middle-class style clothing. However, as time goes on, the adventurers begin to realize that this person either has incredible luck or a vast amount of resources, as they don't leave the table very often. If the group converses with the individual, then they'll seem pensive and a bit odd. The adventurers may wish to learn more about this person, but the individual won't be very open about their own life, instead choosing to speak of long-lost histories or about the adventurer's most recent exploits. If they spend enough time with this individual, though, then the group may eventually realize that they are talking to a copper dragon who prefers to spend a majority of their time disguised as a human, so that they may enjoy city life. Of course, a dragon will not give up this information without a very good cause, so make sure your players earn it. If the adventurers choose to sit at a table with any disreputable-looking individuals, then they may have a chance to run into the next encounter. Some unruly pirates or bandits at the table will lose their purses over time, paying their debts in unfamiliar gold coins. If the adventurers are paid in any of these coins, then they will have a chance to inspect them further. A detect magic spell will reveal a small aura of magic around the coins, though it will not be able to divine a particular school. For the next couple of days, the coins will function as any normal gold coin, but after the grace period, the coins will simply disappear. The detected magic was actually a curse upon the coins, causing them to return to whatever cavern the pirates were able to plunder. Unfortunately for the pirates, their plan to finally profit off of this booty was thwarted by their ill luck. At another point during their time in the hall, the adventurers encounter an off-duty captain of the city guard. The man seems quite intent on his cups and his games, but might speak with them if they are at the same table. After a bit of conversation, it may become apparent to the players that this individual has very little information about the city, considering his position. If the adventurers win some money from the off-duty officer, then he may become angry with them, even accusing the adventurers of cheating. It may take some investigating, but the group might finally discover that this individual is not actually a captain of the city guard. They're just a traveler who happened to don the guise of a guard to get better treatment within the hall. Depending on their luck, the adventurers are sure to win a few hands in the various games during their stay. As with the pirates earlier, they are also likely to be paid in various forms, from coin to livestock to land deeds. One of the more interesting offerings will come in the form of a drawing of a permanent teleportation circle. The individual carrying the drawing doesn't know exactly where the rune is located, but they'll assure the group that it's a safe place to go in a time of need. It'll be up to you as the DM to define where this rune exists in your world. The drawing could come in extremely handy in a time of need, especially if the adventurers do their due diligence in uncovering its exact location. And that brings us to the end of today's Tavern Encounters. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to smash that subscribe button. If you have ideas or requests for future video topics, I'd love to read about them in the comments section below. Until next time, be well, be excellent to one another, and stay curious, adventurers.